Hi there, Emmanuel here, and today we're going to talk about why Forex traders lose money. Yeah, and how you can stop leaking so much money and get on the right side of trading. Yeah, I'm going to go through all of that. Yeah. But firstly, why is it? What is it about Forex? What happens when people start to try and trade Forex? They learn about this thing and they think it's so easy because it's kind of a get rich quick mentality that most people actually find Forex. They find people, they see people on Facebook or YouTube and they're all splashing cash and there's a Lamborghini and they're in planes and private islands and they're saying they got it all due to trading. Yeah, usually it's trading cryptos or NFTs or Forex, and they're saying this is how, I've got all this wealth. So people see it now and they think, well, I'm struggling. These people, it can't be that difficult, because at the end of the day, it isn't difficult. Either you buy in, you press the buy button, or you press the sell button. And if these people are doing that and they're making all this money, it can't be that hard. So they don't treat it like, give it the respect that it's needed, because it's a lot of people get into this with a get rich quick mentality. And the stats are 97% of people fail and lose money when they try to trade. Yeah, only 3% actually earn money. And I'm going to show you what we call the 3 pillars of success, and why. And if you follow that, you'll stop leaking so much money and actually start seeing success. So I'm going to go through all of that, but as well as that, in a second, I'm going to give you access to 5, 6, 7-figure traders, yeah, that actually are going to show you a strategy that we're using and take you through the 3 pillars, and give you all of that for free. Yeah, these are top traders that you can trade with for free for next week. But I'll go into all of that in a second. So the main reasons I think that the people lose money and on the losing side of this equation is for 4 reasons. Yeah, the first one is greed. Like I said, you see all the bling, you see all this fancy stuff, and you think it can't be hard. All you got to do is press buy. When you see a strategy, you press buy, you make tons and tons of money while it goes down, or you press sell and you make tons and tons of money while it goes up. And that sense of greed takes you, so you think, well, it can't be that difficult. Do you know what I mean? The other thing is, most traders are impatient. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait either to make money. They're just like, well, this is, I'm usually, when people come to trading, their back's against the wall. They're thinking this is a get rich quick type of thing, and I can just get in this, make tons of money, pay off all my bills and still drive the Lamborghini sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? So they're impatient. They're impatient in life and they're impatient on the charts. This is a trade we took. The trade set up here. We never took the trade to all the way over here. You need to learn patience. And what most new traders are doing, they're getting on charts like this and they're trading like 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute charts, which move so fast, and they'll just ruin your account. It's just too fast. You need to really know what you're doing to trade them sort of accounts. But because people are in a rush, they want to sit on charts and see money going up and thinking like, yes, this is it. This is my way out. The other side of this, and I suffered from this myself, is overconfidence. You might find a strategy. You might find a strategy, and at the beginning of you trading that strategy, it's just working. Everything's working. You just, like the strategy that I'm actually trading now, at the beginning I'd done so well. So every single trade I touched was a winner, and it was just blowing up. And I thought, whoa, everything I touch turns to gold. I'm this expert trader. I know what I'm doing. And trust me, the market will humble you. If you don't give the market the respect it deserves, it will truly humble you. Do you know what I mean? So people get overconfident with a strategy and just think, well, it can't look like they'll start seeing trend lines like this and think it just can't break through, or support and resistance line. The price just can't break through. So it's 100% guaranteed that it's going to go that way. And you just get this mad confidence that isn't the truth. You've got to give the market the respect. And then the rest is high unrealistic expectation. The last one, the fourth one, you'll hear stories like people say, oh, I took $10 and I turned it into $1 million in 6 months. So you have these crazy expectation. The trading's just going to be super easy and you're going to make tons and tons of money. I'll tell you a quick story about somebody that actually approached me about working with our group, with our trading group, and I gave him all the resources. I showed him some of the examples of some of the trades that we took. And one of the people on the group that I trade with, he took a trade and he made a 1 to 34. That means for every 1% of his account he risked, he made 34% back. Yeah. So this person then said to me, hold on. So that means if I give you $1,000, I'll get $34,000 back. And I said, well, yes, you would if $1,000 is 1% of your account. That means you need to have a $100,000 account to trade $1,000 as a 1%. You know, but that's not the case. Most people have $1,000 or $2,000 account, and then they risk 50% of their account on one trade. You know, because they're guaranteed that it's going to go up or it's going to go down. Do you know? Like, think about it. If you've got a $100 account, 1% risk of that is $1. And if you got a 1 to 34, you'd be getting $34 back. When I told him that, suddenly, you know, he wasn't quite as excited because, you know, this lottery mentality is what a lot of people that are losing have. They just think it's a quick buck. They're in this to make a quick, they don't give it the respect. This is a skill that takes time to learn, and you should give it the respect it needs. So what most people do, the 97%, what they'll do, they'll go onto YouTube. They'll go into usually a free how to learn Forex for free on YouTube somewhere, some video they'll find, and it'll tell them about a strategy, usually what we call retail strategies. So things like here, like this blue line, trend line. Trend line bounces. Price comes here, goes up, comes and bounces off the line. It's like this line that price doesn't seem to be able to get through. So when it comes and it hits the line, you buy. You put your stop loss under there. If you put a stop loss in, some don't even bother with that. And then you make money as it goes up and you think, oh my God, this is excellent strategy. Yeah. So now once you've learnt the strategy now, what most, new traders do, they'll go and find money. They'll go and find, say, $5,000 and they'll trade live. They'll go and put it on a live account. Cause they see this YouTube video, they see this person with all the bling and he's telling them that he or she's telling them they win every time and they rarely ever lose. And if they lose, it's tiny. When they win, it's massive. So obviously you hear that and you think, well, this is it. This is the way out. I'll find $5,000 and then they'll do a high risk trade. So they won't risk a little bit of their capital to make a certain percentage. They'll risk, if they got $5,000, they'll put like $2.5 grand on one trade because it has to work. That guy on YouTube said it's working. Or they'll do something like, see this line here. This is what we call a, support or resistance line. So bounce and hit, bounce and hit, bounce and drop. So they'll think, right, okay, I'll put my money, I'll trade my money. And what will happen? Say you're trading the trend line, it will bounce sometimes and you will win sometimes. So now what they do, they think, well, definitely it works. I doubled my money. This time I'm going to risk everything. I'll risk all 10 grand or whatever on this trade because I really need to pay next month's mortgage. And boom, it will just go against them, losing all their money, just wipe them out, account blown. And then now the desperation comes in. And what do now? You'll go and find another 5,000. But now your back is really against the wall now. Now you can't trade properly if your mind isn't in the right place now. Now you'll think, right, that strategy didn't work. Let me go and learn another one. You'll learn another strategy. They'll show you all these places that it's gonna win. You may even win a little bit. And then you think, right, you know what? Let me just trade everything again. I really need to make next month's mortgage. And, you know, more than likely it will just ruin your whole account. You're not trading sensibly. You're not trading with proper risk management. That's another reason that the difference between winners and losers. So I'm going to show you now what we call the 3 pillars of success, because this is the way, what I've just showed you there is the way most people trade. Very emotional, very crazy, no proper risk management, nothing that will help you to slowly progress and slowly learn a skill. We have what we call the 3 pillars. It's like a stool. Think of a stool. If you have a stool and you only have one pillar, which most people do, they have a strategy. That's all they have. So this trend line bounce is their strategy. And that's all they look for. Just this one strategy, They don't have the other things in place. You should have 3 things in place. You should have a strategy. You need a strategy, whatever your strategy is. Say your strategy is this trend line bounce. That means every time the price comes and touches this trend line, you buy it, you put your support and resistance under there. That's fine. As long as you do the same thing every time, that's your strategy. You have 2 or 3 criteria and you trade that strategy. But then the next thing is you need to treat this trading like a business. You need to have a plan. That means there's certain times of the day you trade. You know, for me, I trade between 1 to 3 GMT, UK time. You know, the US session, the crossover. Yeah, so you need to have a time that you trade. You need to have a session that you trade. You know, you need to have a certain what we call risk to reward. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me just go to the 4-hour chart here. So that means in this trade, I'm risking this amount to make this amount, to make 5. That's kind of what we go for, between 1 to 3, which is there. If that was 1 to 3, that would have already triggered anyway, or 1 to 5. So what that in essence means is that for every 1%, you're going to make 5% back. That also means that if I take 5 trades, I can afford to lose 4 trades and win 1 and still be profitable. Do you know? Now that's the sort of strategy you kind of want to, that's the sort of plan you want to put in place. But whatever your risk to reward is, it's got to be a set risk to reward. You've got to treat this like a plan, not risk half of my 50% of my account to hopefully make 50% or whatever you're trying to make. That sort of stuff will just get your account blown. Do you know? And then the last part, and this for me I think is the hardest part, is the psychology. Doing these same things over and over again. What happens with a lot of people is they live and die by trades. You know, they don't realize that you're going to lose. You know, that's why you go for the risk to reward, because you're going to lose trades. No strategy in the world. If anyone tells you that their strategy means that you never lose trades, you should run a mile, because you're going to lose trades. But if you've got your right risk to your reward, you can lose more trades than you win and still be profitable. But if your psychology isn't right and you start losing trades, you lose one trade, you think, oh, why am I not getting it right? All these other people on, you know, all these other, you know, Forex millionaires with all the money, they get it right. Why can't I get it right? Then you start to think that the market has something against you and it's personally coming after you. And then what happens when you say have a week of losing trades? Suddenly now it all goes out the window. You start to panic and you start to trade all wrong. And then like say, for example, price is shooting up here and you jump in with it's halfway up. And then of course it turns around and just wipes you out. And you just keep trading emotionally now, which is not the right way to trade. You know, and another thing is because your ego gets tied up in it. When you lose a trade, it's like, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I learn it like these other people? And you just have to realize that there's losses in trading. It's just part of the game, do you know? But once you get these 3 pillars, once you can get these 3 pillars in place, so you have a good strategy. The one we teach is something called banker strategy. And I'll like I said, if you want to come and trade with us, I'll give you access to that. Then you need a good trading plan. And most importantly, you need to work on your psychology. You need to work on your mindset. One example we give is, it's a bit like a like a casino pit boss. They know at the end of the night, regardless of what happened during the day, regardless of who gambled and who didn't gamble and who made money and who didn't, at the end of the night, they're going to come away with, I think their edge is about a 0.5% edge, 0.5, 0.6. So they know at the end of the night, they're going away with a 0.6% profit at the end of the night. So the pit boss doesn't suddenly come down to the gambling floor in a casino and see someone make a massive win and he goes, oh my God, this person's just taking money away from us. Gosh, you know what I mean? Throw him out the casino. Or, you know, he sees the dealer bust a player and he's like, yes, okay, nice. We've got some money back. No, that's not how they know they can sit back and relax because they have an edge. They have an edge over all the gamblers, over all the people in that casino, whether there's winners, whether there's losers. At the end, they're coming away with a profit, with a 0.5% profit. And that's the difference. When you now become a profitable trader, yeah, which a lot of people in our group are, they know over a series of trades, not one trade. You don't get emotionally tied to any one trade. So whether it's a loser, it doesn't matter. Whether it's a winner, it doesn't matter. Over a series of trades, we say 25. Over a series of 25 trades, at the end of that, if you've followed everything that you've been taught and you've traded in the right places, do you come out in profit? And if you do, you've now got a winning system. You've definitely now got a winning system. That's your edge, you know. And one last thing I forgot to mention is you need patience on a chart. You definitely need patience. Let me show you this last trade here that we took. This trade here, it triggered here. This is what we call a banker's box here. So it triggered. This is where we saw it, and we thought, right, we're gonna take it here. That was on the 24th of February. It never triggered till the 8th of March. That's almost 2 weeks away. But then it took off. Yeah. So you have to have the patience to wait, rather than be down on 1 minute charts, trading and doing things that you don't, you know, just all over the place. Do you know what I mean? Be like the pit boss. That's what a successful trader is. They know their edge. They know they have an edge over the market. It has to be a small edge. Once you've got that small edge over the market and it plays out consistently over 25 trades, then you're now going to switch from the losing side, from the 97% to the 3% winners. Yeah. So I hope you got some value from this. I hope you can take some of this away and actually apply it to your trading. Like I said, if you want to come and train with us, yeah, the people that I train with, like I said, 5, 6, 7 figure earners, then I'm going to leave a link below this. The training starts on Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's 5 p.m. GMT, UK time. And we go over all of this. We go over the 3 pillars. We go over trades. We go over, you know, any questions you might have. We actually answer your questions. And it's a long webinar, and you get on there every single day. And, you know, and you can just see this strategy, see the difference. We don't trade the same as retail traders. We trade very differently using different strategies on a chart. But we go through those 3 pillars. And once you get that, that's how you can become a successful trader. You know, so yeah, if that's of interest to you, I'm going to leave a link below this. Just click on that and you'll get access to it. Once you've opted in, you'll get access to next week's training. So either way, listen, I do hope you got some value from this. If you did, please take a second, just give it a thumbs up. And, you know, tell me your experience. If you know, busted accounts, tell me some of your experience of trading. I'd love to hear it. Or if you have any questions, then please just leave it all in the comments box below. And if you're getting value from these videos, please just consider subscribing and clicking on the bell icon. All right, once again, you have a great day. Till next time, take care. I'll speak to you soon.